Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind.
You hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay.
Let me play this little interlude right quick, y'all.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind.
Got about 1 more minute.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
Not in a rush.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Hello, everyone. This is Marcus, Anthony's co-worker, the host of Third Eye Visions. I feel that Third Eye Visions is a great platform to expose the world to persons with disabilities, more especially the blind. I feel that Third Eye Visions is doing a wonderful job of providing resources and showing extraordinary talents and gifts and modes of independency that are previewed and shown for the world to see for blind people and for other persons with disabilities. Anthony, I think you're doing a great job with your platform. I pray that you continue on keeping God first and keeping Him involved in all of your endeavors. And I pray that you continue on doing a wonderful and great job of
Happy New
showing
Year
the
to
world
everybody.
how blind people can be totally independent. Thank you for your service, sir. Great job.
Welcome. I ain't been live in a minute, y'all.
Hey, I'm Mike. That's my cousin Nancy. Welcome to the Third Eye Vision. We're going to get it popping for you. Keep it moving.
Five. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Play my little music. Anyways. Okay, so anyway, it's not coming on, so hold on for a second. How you doing? Guess.
Doing fine.
Okay.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine and fine. Let me play my little music right quick. Hold tight.
Okay.
Let me set these. You can hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Okay. One more thing. Okay. Welcome to Third Eye Visions, y'all, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. Happy New Year to everyone. This is my first video since 2021 has come to an existence. And what better way to start it by talking about something that is very much newsworthy and to get a very first-hand experience of what I am talking about, which is COVID-19. I have a very special guest with me today. Her name is Errica, and she will be talking to us, giving her first-hand experience, no BS, and she's going to give it to us raw with no chaser, letting everybody know how it really is to have COVID, what's it like, and things on the nature, because that seems to be the hot topic of 2020. Hopefully we can get this situation under control in 2021 because it's killing a lot of people. So, you know the routine, ain't nothing changed. Make sure you hit the notification bell. When you do hit the notification bell, make sure to like, share, and comment, or like, comment, and share in that order. So, Errica, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hold on, Errica. Wait a minute. Hold up. We're going to cut it right now. You are a big fan of the show, right? And
yes, I am.
And you're gonna come into Third Eye Vision sounding like that. So I'm gonna give you one more chance.
Wait a minute. Come on with it then.
I'm gonna give you one more
Bring
chance
on.
and welcome you to the show. So Errica, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for bringing me on. And yes, I am a big fan. I watch all of your shows. Okay. I appreciate everything that you're doing, and everything is amazing. Thank you.
Okay, I need to get your address because the check, if I send the check to the wrong person, they're gonna get that reap the benefits. So you need to give me that the correct address because the check is in the mail. I appreciate that testimony. So with that being said, as a sighted person, what do you feel is the catalyst that makes you continuously support Third Eye Visions? Because a lot of people, when I say motivate the blind, all the other stuff, they probably feel that it's all about blind people and this and that third. So as a sighted person, just off the cuff, what do you like about the show? What is it that's keeping you interested in coming back and checking out the show?
Well, all of the topics, whether you have a disability, whether you don't have a disability, the show itself is motivating. I myself got hooked to your show by your son and his mom. And she said, "Hey, look at this. Look at what Aunt is doing." So I went on. I said, "Oh, okay, Mr. Anthony, I see how you coming." Mm-hmm. And every show, I kid you not, I get something out of it because, yes, I do have sight. Yes, that is something that I have, something that you and majority of your audience don't. But you have a voice, and your voice is your sight. Okay, and I use your voice and some of the stuff that you and your other guests have brought to the platform. I use that in some of my day-to-day activities. And I can pass that on to people that do have sight. Okay. And I have passed on your broadcast to people that do have sight so they can come on and look too.
Okay, well, I definitely appreciate it. So y'all hear that? It ain't just for blind people. It ain't just for people who have other impairments. It's for everybody. You know, somebody they don't know how we talk down south. It's for everybody, and I appreciate the love and support. And also, before we start, I'm gonna bring you back on here tomorrow because I heard you do Texas, and you have another.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow on Promotional Time Sunday, if you don't mind coming in, and also talk about the fact that you are a business woman, and that's very good. A black businesswoman, so that's cool. So
go ahead, promote me. Yes.
So with that being said, I am so glad that you've come because you want to, well, I'll let you tell in your own words, why did you want to come and appear on Third Eye Visions? Because we talked off camera yesterday about why, but I want you to tell the audience why you want to come and share what it is that you wanted to share today.
Okay. I wanted to come on and share that as of right now, while I'm speaking to you guys, I have COVID-19. I don't sound like majority of the people that they broadcast. I don't. You don't hear it in my voice, but yes, I am with COVID. I am in quarantine right now, but I'm one of the rare ones with COVID.
Okay, and
I'm gonna start from. I'm gonna talk about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's good. We're gonna talk about the rare. What do you mean by that? As we go on, because we just want to give them a little bit by little bit. Because if you give it all to them, some people they just want to they give it all to them, and then they turn off. So we're gonna keep them
That's
interested
right.
in what that. So you want to come and share exactly firsthand experience what it's like to actually have COVID-19, right?
Correct. Excuse me, guys, but I do have to cough, and I don't want to cough on y'all guys.
No,
Hold on.
no. Go ahead. Okay. That's right. We are speaking with Errica, and she's going to give us the real, true meaning behind what it's like to have COVID-19. No BS, because man, it's. I think I don't want to get the numbers wrong, but I'm gonna take my best shot and say that we are almost at like 351,000 people who have perished from this disease, man, and it ain't nothing nice, and it's killing a lot of people of color, as well as white people, just people all over, but more so that in general. So you back?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, great. So you want to share firsthand experience what it's like. So with that being said, I'm gonna be quiet because I know they tired of hearing my voice for the whole 2020. I'm gonna let you take the show. Tell us what it's like, what you encountered, how was it when you found out. Just give us the odds and ends and take your time and do your thing, man, because they want to know. I want to know what it's like, because I've gotten varying opinions of what it's like to have COVID-19, and I'm quite sure that it in different people you get different reactions. So we're gonna speak to one person today. Tomorrow or this week I have someone else, but I want to get your honest opinion of what it's like. So you have the show and you run it. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, guys, let me start by saying that first of all, God is very good to me. I am 47 years old. I am what they call super morbidly obese. So that's one of the biggest underlying factors with COVID. I have hypertension, which is high blood pressure. I am a diabetic, and I have other underlying illnesses. About 2 weeks ago, I didn't pay attention to what was going on with my body. I thought maybe I took a flu shot at my job. And sometimes when you take a flu shot, they give you these symptoms of a few aches here and there, runny nose, cough. So I never paid attention to it. I just said, "Oh, Errica, you had the flu shot." And that's just a part of the flu shot. I didn't really pay attention to I was losing my smell and my taste. So on the 31st of December, I was at work. I had so much energy. I was like, where is this energy coming from? I went to the restroom. I was washing my hands. We have some strong soap. I couldn't smell it, but I didn't pay attention to that at that time. That night, New Year's Eve, I sat down. I ate some gumbo. I just knew that I was eating gumbo. Didn't realize that I really wasn't tasting the seafood in it. I woke up New Year's morning. I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't taste anything. I did not have a fever. I didn't have any body aches. I didn't have a cough. I said, oh no. I took the COVID test. This test had to be sent off. They said 3 to 5 business days. I said, okay. I was worried. The next morning I woke up, which was that Saturday, I went to Walgreens. I did a rapid test. Still no taste, no smell. No body aches, felt normal, no chills, no nothing. Positive COVID.
Okay. Let me stop you right there.
Go ahead.
Now, because that's when I said I wasn't going to talk, but briefly, You took the test. Now tell the audience, because I have some people here. What test? How was the test? What did you have to do? What did the test inquire, and go from there in terms of what you had to do?
Okay. With the test, the first thing they said, what make you think you have COVID? I told them no taste, no smell. Then they said, well, okay, Miss Donaldson, that's my last name. They said, we're going to test you for COVID. What they do, they have a swab. This swab is like a Q-tip, but on the end of that Q-tip is like some little prickly thing. It's nothing hard or anything like that. And they insert that into your nose to almost to where you can feel it in your eye socket. Because if you don't know, your nose is connected to your eye sockets.
Okay.
That's why they say, please don't touch your eyes, don't touch your face, because your nose carries all germs in, your nose and your mouth. So they do that on both sides. And then they package it up and they send it off to a lab. Your nose don't bleed. You're gonna feel, it's gonna feel pressure and funny. But only thing I did, I took my finger and I pushed the side of my nose afterwards, and it made the sensation of just having something in my nose calm down.
So you mainly have to
But they
relax.
do swab you.
You have to relax
Yes.
when they do that. Okay. Do you get teary eyed when you actually when they actually take the test? I mean, do the insertion? Like
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And
All right.
what they asked me to do, they said, take a deep breath. And then they don't want you to hold it. Just take a deep breath. And they swab real quick. It's not even a second or so, because they know how far up to go. And then they bring it down. Then they do the other side. Then they bring it down. It don't even take over 2 minutes. If that.
Now, in that instance, what did they tell you? What when they do that? What they were trying to get, or what they're looking for, or what does that do? When you take that portion of the test in that way, what are they trying to get? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the reason why couldn't you go in your ear, or why couldn't you go in the other parts of your body? Why there? Do you know?
Because that is where the virus is housed. That's where the virus is found. It's in your nose.
Okay.
That's why when I see people with their mask over their mouth, that's not where the virus is. The virus come in through the nose and out through the mouth.
Okay, great point.
It's a viral virus. So you're gonna breathe that in because it's in the air. You're gonna breathe that in. And when you exhale, that's why they say when you're somewhere where they're talking loud, where they're singing, anything that's coming out of your mouth, that's particles, and it's floating back in the air, and that's how people get the virus.
Great point.
Through the nose and out through the mouth.
So y'all keep your mask on y'all nose instead of just on your mouth. So as I divert, I don't want to get too far off. So go ahead, tell the story. You realized that you didn't have it. You went to Walmart and you took another test.
I went to Walgreens, and at Walgreens, I had to administer the test myself. So that means I had to stick it up in my nose.
Ooh.
Yes. And that's the point that gets me. When you have to administer it yourself, you don't know how far up to go. Thank God that I knew that I had to go far up because I had it the night before. So anybody that has not had it and have to do it themselves, they may not go far up enough. And they may test negative.
Great point. Girl, I'm so excited. That's a great point, because people who self-administer their tests, like you just said, they they don't know how far to actually go within. So I don't even know why they even have those self-administered tests. But we'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
So I knew how far up to go because of the night before. So once I did that, I put it back in the little thing. I gave it to Walgreens. Within 24 hours, I got an email. The email said, "Dear Ms. Donaldson, your COVID test, whatever they call it, has came back positive." Within the next 30 minutes, contact tracers were calling me to inform me that they had been notified that I tested positive for COVID. Now, mind you, this is 2 days. This is New Year's Day and the next day, which was Saturday. Only symptoms I had was no taste, no smell. That's all. No body aches. I didn't have any body aches. I didn't have anything. Just no taste, no smell.
Mhm.
So I said, well, maybe because at this time I only had my test results back from Walgreens
Right.
because the night before the first test, it takes 3 to 5 days to send off. So I said, wait a minute. Let me just make sure. I went to the third test, which was at the emergency room at Our Lady of the Lake Regional Medical Center.
Mhm.
When I got there, they did the full workup. They did the chest x-ray.
Mhm.
They also did another COVID test. They checked my pulse. They checked my vital signs. No pneumonia, no inflammation, no anything. Lungs perfect, heart perfect. Have COVID, just no taste, no smell. I came home and I self-quarantined. Now, let me tell you guys what I did prior to finding out that I had COVID. When I first heard about what was going on with COVID, which was last year, I said, well, I said, Lord, when they start saying all the underlying things, I said, Jesus, that's me. I said, let me get my immune system. And you hear me, guys? Immune system together. A lot of people in our Black community, they don't worry about immune systems. But that's the biggest thing you have to worry about with any illness is your inside. I start taking elderberry gummies. I start taking emergency. You can take it by chewables. You can take it by packet in your water. Yeah, it may taste nasty, but it's going to help you in the long run.
Mhm.
Those were my two biggest things. Then I started doing the sea moss. Sea moss has no taste. It just tastes like a spoon of gelatin with nothing in it.
Mhm.
But the minerals that are in it helps the inside. A lot don't know when you're sick, whether it's COVID or flu, anything cold that you're intaking, because you want it all cold because you're hot and you feel bad, you want something cold. But what you don't know, that cold fluid is fueling that virus. That's why they say room temperature, hot tea, anything that you can drink warm, that decreases that virus.
Repeat that again.
See, okay, anything that you're drinking cold, like when you have a cold and you get a fever, you're like, oh, I need something cold to drink.
Mhm.
Room temperature. Anything cold that you're putting into your body because you don't feel good, it's actually fueling more of that virus within you to keep it there longer. Especially when it's something with your respiratory organs.
Mhm.
You have to have room temperature or either something warm. Also, lemons, fresh lemon, not the lemon juice that you buy in the little bottle. Get you some fresh lemon. You cut them lemons up. And it's old school. I'm finna go old school on y'all. You cut them lemons up, wash them out first. Cut them lemons up, don't peel them. Get you an orange, you wash that orange off, you cut that orange up. I'm giving you that vitamin C and I'm giving you that good acid. You put that in you a pot, you add some water to that, get you some fresh, if you can't get the ginger root, that's fine. But if you can get you a fresh ginger root, you cut that up, you have all that in your pot and you start simmering that.
Mhm.
You get you some peppermints for your taste. You put that down in that pot and you let that simmer. You let that simmer. You put that in a cup, you drink that hot. You get everything that you need. Don't throw those lemons away once you had that once you drunk the juices off of. Don't throw that away. You keep that. And then the next day, you keep it for 3 days. And you drink this. And this help you. If y'all hear me, and I know y'all hear me, I
Yeah,
don't sound like the average. I don't sound like the average COVID patient. Most COVID patients, they can't talk like me because they can't breathe. My body was already prepared for this because I prepared it beforehand. I prepared it when they first started talking about it. And the only reason why I think that I caught COVID is because I took my flu shot, and that was administered in the hospital.
And that's
I
what I was
haven't
going to
had a
ask you.
flu shot.
And that's going to ask you.
Go ahead.
How do you think that you had contracted the COVID, or what how do you what you feel may have contributed to you catching it, and you answered it for me. Go ahead.
At the hospital, when I took my flu shot, I started a new job, and I haven't had the flu shot in years. And they always say when you have when you're diabetic and you're hypertension and overweight, you're so substantial, you can catch all these different
Right.
flus and pneumonia.
Right.
Yes, you can if you don't take care of yourself. I may be overweight, but I still take care of my body. I make sure I have all my vitamins that I need. I make sure that my immune system is up to par. And I want to let you guys know out there, I was around a lot of people that had COVID in the beginning when it was bad. Never caught it, never had it. The minute I stepped into my new job, I caught COVID.
Wow.
And I want to let everybody know, and I'm gonna be quiet, and I'm gonna let you know.
Go ahead.
I wore myself. I wore 2 masks, not one. I wore 2 masks. I washed my hands. I sanitized my hands till they were almost raw. So you can wear your mask. You can wash your hands. You got to make sure you got that interbody together.
Point. That's a great point.
You have your interbody together, and if you contract this disease, you'll be able to fight it off. You'll be able to fight it off, because every day with the disease, I still take my elderberries. I still take my vitamin C. I still do everything that I was doing in the beginning. So COVID is not a death sentence to nobody. If you get COVID and you feeling bad and you're congested and you can't breathe, don't, and hear me out, do not lay down. You're going to feel bad. You got to get up and you got to push and you got to move, because if you lay down and stay still, that's how majority of the people end up on ventilators. And when you end up on a ventilator, you're not moving. They're moving you when they want to move you.
Great point.
And you don't want that. You don't want that.
That is a great point, man. For real. Callers, if y'all have any questions, I'm gonna try my best to answer. I know there's a lot of people in here. I'm gonna try my best to answer them. So just put them in the comments. I'll see if I'm gonna get to them. But like, what have you actually experienced thus far? Because I've heard people on my friend. Well, I won't mention names, but anyway, I heard several people have had it, and they've given me different viewpoints in terms of how they felt. And you definitely, the one that you mentioned earlier, which is not laying down and being stagnant. That was the one that a lot of people have mentioned not to do. So, what, as far as aches, as far as breathing, as far as whatever, give the audience the true remnants of what you experience in terms of having this COVID.
Okay. As far as for me, the no taste, no smell was the biggest thing with me. Now, I do have a cough here and there. Sometimes it gets bad. And diarrhea. I had an onset of diarrhea. Those are some of the major things. Because with this virus, it attacks the respiratory. That's the biggest part. But it also have your other organs under stress too. So you're going to have some gut issues. With me, my gut issues was the diarrhea. And it wasn't bad, but it did come. That is like tapering off some. The other night, Tuesday night, I had an anxiety attack.
Mm. Tell us
Because
about that.
I laid down, and I guess I couldn't get myself comfortable. So I started panting, and in my mind, I'm saying, "Oh Lord, I can't breathe because I have COVID. I can't breathe." So I jumped up, and in a panic, I was panting, and I couldn't breathe. I got to the emergency room. When I got there, they realized that I was dehydrated because of, I guess, because of the diarrhea. The more I was putting in, the more it was coming out. That's another thing I miss. Please stay hydrated. You have to. You have to drink room temperature. You could get maybe a cold water here and there, but not all cold water, not all cold drinks. Cold drinks, meaning soda, cokes, and delete that. With this virus, don't do that. Do not, because that's not hydration. That's adding sugar and stress to your body. And that's going to fuel that virus, because that virus is going to say, oh, okay, they want all this sugary stuff.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to work harder on them to get them sicker where they can't even get what they need, the nutrition, the electrolytes, because I'm going to overwork them to where they're not going to want anything. So this virus is like, you got to stay ahead of it. You have to stay ahead of it. But when I was panting and got to the hospital, they found out I was dehydrated. So they did give me some IV electrolytes. My pulse was good. They did another chest x-ray. Perfect. And the lady was looking at me like, ma'am, you have COVID? I'm like, yeah, I have COVID. She said, this is rare. And then she went on to say, well, ma'am, to be honest, and I'm not trying to be funny, but with someone of your size and with your illnesses, this is rare. I said, no, ma'am. I said, with my size and my illnesses, I have God. I said, second of all, I have my vitamins in me. I said, third of all, y'all don't tell these people what vitamins to take to fight this off. Y'all just tell them vaccine and rest.
It's very
No,
important.
I'm telling y'all, pump them vitamins. I'm telling y'all, pump them probiotics. I'm telling y'all, pump that sea moss. I'm telling y'all, pump those elderberries. I'm telling y'all, pump that vitamin C into your bodies.
Why do you
Because see,
think
they're
that?
not gonna tell you.
Yeah,
They're not gonna tell you that.
that's what I wanted to ask you. Why do you think it's more so that they're? I don't know. I'm gonna just play the devil's advocate and say they're not. It's just they're more so focusing on the other aspects as far as actually giving you the do's and don'ts of what you. I mean, they say wash your hands and all this stuff, but you've got more into detail and more descriptive about what you should take. So why do you think that there's not that much information that's focused on that side as opposed to the amount of people that have died, blah blah blah, this kind of stuff? Why do you think that's the case? Yeah,
For one,
honestly, opinion.
they don't. How could I say that? They're all about medicine and finding these miraculous cures for all these different diseases. When, to be honest, we already know what the cure is for diseases. Our grandparents and parents told us, wash your hands, keep your hands out your face, take your vitamins, do your body right, eat right. That's it. Even though they have healthy people that have had this virus and have went on and passed from these viruses, 9 times out of 10, they were healthy, but their immune system was not healthy. Your immune system is the fuel of your soul. Your immune system keeps you afloat. You find somebody with a bad, low immune system, they're subjected to any and everything, and it's hard to bring them back from a lot of stuff. That's my view. If they would have got on the national news and said, the virus, um, um, make sure that you have you're keeping your vitamins up. You make sure you're doing this, and then they hit us with the vaccination. A lot of people still be here
That's true. I kind of believe that.
because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. But when it first got here, Anthony, when they first started talking about it, if you can recall, everybody started saying, well, you know what, I'm going to put sea salt, garlic, onions, all this stuff, and I'm going to boil it, and I'm going to smell it in my nose.
Right. I've heard that.
And that worked. That worked. But that's something that I've been doing that. I've been doing that. That's not nothing new to me and to a lot of other people. But the biggest thing is keep your insides in check. You keep that inside in check, you're gonna be okay if you catch this. And with me falling back on a lot of unhealthy foods, help me keep that inside in check. I ain't lying to y'all. I ain't lying.
Now, as far as the coughing, I'm trying not to ask a lot of questions because I just got a comment.
Okay.
And my subscribers wants me to shut up and let you talk, but it's anyway. Because I guess they're excited as well.
Now y'all don't act like, hey, hold up now, y'all don't
exactly.
Act
you know, so
like
I gotta
that.
ask some of the questions, but
Y'all better let Ann ask me some questions. Y'all cut that out.
So you already knew what to do prior to this even happening, or just any type of sickness such as similar to the flu. So you already was taking care of yourself as far as that's concerned, right?
Yes.
Now, as far as the coughs and whatnot, how frequent are those? And when you do cough, are there, you know how some people cough, it's real deep and real strong and real aggressive. How is the cough when you actually you say you have times when you actually cough? How is it like? What's it like?
I'm holding one back right now.
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Go ahead. No, let them know how it is. Go ahead.
I'm holding one.
Don't edit it.
I was holding one back, but it's like it's a, like a dry cough, a heaving.
Mm-hmm.
That's how mine is. Mine is like a heaving cough. I don't have any sputum, no mucus or anything coming up out of my cough.
And is it constant?
It's a dry cough. It's not constant at all. Most people have that constant nagging, but my excuse me, that's one. Like I'm talking now, it's a dry cough.
And when that happens, what do you normally do? You take something afterwards, or you just constantly let it go after that? After you cough.
When that happens, I normally, I have my mask. I don't have my mask on now because I'm in my quarantine section by myself. But if I'm somewhere, because in my household it's me and my mother, and she's 76 years old. So I have to double mask because we're in a little 1-bedroom shack. And I have to monitor her too. She when I'm in the living room where she's at, I have on 2 masks. I spray every time I go in and out. I keep her oxygen on her. She's fine. She's fine. She's in that other room listening, being nosy, but she's fine.
Now, when you
spray, as far as me,
go ahead.
They gave me cough syrup, and I take that as needed because I don't like all that. I don't like all that. But Mucinex DM is very good, and I said the DM. That, like, by me being a diabetic, I have to take the DM. I just can't take the D. The D is, I can't take that. But the Mucinex DM, it helped. It helped me also. That helped to get down in, if I had any mucus, a lot of mucus or whatever, that helped. I didn't have that mucus, but I did take the DM. That's what I normally take for cough, if needed. Okay. If needed.
Now, Errica, when you, I know you listen to the news and check out the news and all this stuff, and heard some of the things about COVID or people having COVID and the amount of people that have passed away. When you was told or you found out that you had it, what were you like emotionally? Like, were you afraid, or what were your thoughts at the time?
when I read that, when I got that email, because they didn't call me, they sent me an email, and I opened it up. I said, okay, here's my test results. I said, okay, blah blah blah. And when I seen it in red and it said positive, I immediately, like, I had chills because I was petrified. I was scared. And I started praying and crying, crying and praying. And the thoughts in my head, oh Lord, please don't let me die. That's what I said, Lord, please. Excuse me, y'all. I said, please don't let me die.
That's okay.
That's what I did. I said, Lord, please don't let me die. And then I said, you know what? I said, I'm not going to die because I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. And then I said, you know what? This might be wrong. Then I started second guessing them. I said, this might be wrong, but I knew they were right. And I knew that they were right. I knew I had COVID because of my symptoms. I said, nope, they're not right. I'm going to get another test. I got that one. It said same thing. And I said, Lord, please, just don't let me die. Please, Lord, don't let me get too sick to where I can't take care of myself. Lord, please, watch over my mama. My mama's in this house with me. Please don't let my mom get sick. So I start taking care. I just start more and more of my little remedy that I use. More and more of my elderberries. More and more of my sea moss. My emergency. Drinking hot tea. Homemade lemon and ginger tea. Power aids to keep me hydrated. And I just kept going and praying and going and praying. And my go-to scripture is Psalms 91 and 3. 91 and 3. And that's asking the Lord to protect me from any diseases. 91 and 3. Psalms 91 and 3. And that's what's getting me over. And today is the 9th day of quarantine, but you have COVID. Majority of people have COVID prior to getting tested and just don't know.
All right, that's right.
But that's the in and out of my life right now.
Wow,
My son is son is not here. He's 18. I told him, I have COVID, and I believe my child had it in the beginning of 2019 before they even decided what it was, because he had everything that I had, and he's fine now.
Has he been tested, or was he tested?
He didn't get another test, but he's not in the household with us. But like I said, I think he had COVID when they were saying that it was, when they were ruling it out as upper respiratory disease.
Right.
He had it because he had the chills, the no smell, the no taste. He had it for about a week in November of 2019. So it's been here. It's been here.
Right. Danny, that is true. He said you think it's different from person to person, and that's what I mentioned earlier, that I have spoken with other people who have had it, and it's different results. But she, I appreciated her coming on and sharing what her experience is. I forgot. Oh, so you're in date. How many more days of quarantine do you have? You said.
I'm gonna go get my follow-up COVID test. I'm gonna do it Tuesday. So Tuesday will make 11 or 12 days from the date that I got tested. I got tested. The first test was on the 1st. So if I go on the 11th, that'll be 10 days. So I'm going to go and take another test, my follow-up test for COVID, to see if I still have it, if it's no longer, and then I will return back to work the following week.
Okay. And Marie wants to know how long listen, how long does the virus last if a person has it? Can you answer that?
The virus is normally um in your system 2 days. Let's see, from contact with whoever you come in contact with, however you get it. They say that normally it can show up 2 to 14 days afterwards, and it stays in the body for another 10 days.
Wow.
So that's why they ask you to quarantine 14 days.
And did you have to get, like, as soon as you found out or that you had it after you opened the mail and all that other stuff, did they start asking you for contacts? How did I get the names of the people that you may have come in contact with?
Well, what they did with contact tracing, when you're filling out your information, your phone number, your email address is there, your name. Contact tracers call you. And when they call you, they're going to ask you, how are you feeling? Are you up for talking at that time? Can you talk? And then they'll go on to ask you what your symptoms were. And do you remember where you were and who you were around? At that time, I told them yes. They asked for the names. And did they need to contact them? I told them, no, you do not have to contact anybody that I was around, because I have already informed everyone that I've been around at work, at home, and leisure, that I am positive with COVID and that they need to get tested. So it's at your leisure if you would like to
Oh,
disclose the people
okay.
name.
Great
But
point.
I took it upon myself, because myself, you with contact tracing, a lot of people are not going to answer the phone because they think
Thank
it's a
you.
spam call.
Thank you. It's a great point.
It's best that when you find out that you have it, you don't rack your brain. You start thinking back. Okay, I was around such and such. Let me call them. Okay, I went to such and such. If you went to a place like Walmart or Walgreens, you can't call them because you don't know who you came in
Right.
contact with. But your immediate circle, you make sure you tell them. Now it's going to be on them if they want to get tested, but you've told them. You've done your part. You've done what you had to do.
Wow, great point. Now, as we close, because I know you probably, I don't want to take up all your time. Do you while you have it, any type of little extra, I guess, uh, not illness, but it just anything that extra comes up while you have it? Do you feel like, oh my God, do you like get how? I guess my question is, do you become paranoid while you have COVID, in terms of maybe, like you say, you were panicking, you had to go to the doctor, like just the least little thing? Or if that's the case, if it's not the case, how do you weigh the both? You feel what I'm saying? Like, if a person
Yeah.
gets an illness, like, oh my God, my foot hurts, I have this, you know what I'm saying? How do you maintain your balance so that you won't become paranoid while having the COVID?
I keep doing, let me tell you something. To me, COVID is like having the flu for some people, or having a bad sinus infection for some people. My thing for myself was I got to keep moving.
Gotcha.
I tell you guys one thing. I was blessed, and I thank the Lord. I thank him. I thank him. I thank him, going in and coming out, that I wasn't one of the ones that had to be put on oxygen or had to be put in the hospital. I'm not out the woods yet.
Right.
And with COVID, you're never out the woods. This is a disease that once you get it, they're saying that you can't get it again. I don't know that, because this is my first time.
Hmm.
But my suggestion for anybody, I'm going to tell you off the top, and I'm going to be just brutally honest. You are going to be paranoid for the rest of your life. Anywhere you go, you're going to think, the minute somebody may say, uh, uh, uh,
Hmm.
or look like they want to cough,
Hmm.
you're going to be ready to run, because you're going to be like, oh, hell no, they may have COVID. I was like that in the beginning. I'm still like that now. But I tell anybody, and I want to tell all of y'all, If you have faith in yourself and faith in God, God will see you through anything. Whatever is meant for you is for you. You can always come up out of it. You have to want to come up out of anything in the situation. I said, I am not going to let COVID beat me. I am not going to let COVID be the reason why I'm not on the land of the living, because I still got testimonies and things to do. I
And
took what I had to take, and I'm doing what I got to do.
And that's a great point because one of my great friends, Kenyatta, had wanted me ask, do you think that's, let me get it right. Do you think this was a blessing in disguise in terms of now allow you to take like better care of yourself? I'm just paraphrasing, but that's the gist of the question. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
tell Kenyatta I said,
she's on
hell yes. Hell yes.
She said, "Hell yeah, she can hear you. She's on here."
Hell yes. Oh, yes. Let me tell you something, Kenyatta. Let me tell you something. Child, I was one of the most reckless eating persons, people you wanna see. See now, I know what it took for me to keep this body that I got at this point, to try to keep it as healthy as possible so that I can fight off this disease. Oh no, ma'am. Oh no, ma'am. This was a blessing, and it was a small hindering, because it ain't hindered nothing. I ain't stopped moving. I don't know where I get all this energy from now. But babe, I got energy I ain't never had before in my life. And at one time, it took me a while to make a couple of steps to where I needed to go, but I still kept pushing because I'm a very active person. And I said, "Oh no, ma'am. Oh no, ma'am, Miss Errica. We're not gonna do this." I've always been overweight all my life. That's hereditary. That's something that I could have been taken care of, but I didn't. I let it fall by the wayside. COVID didn't come, and guess what? I said, hell no. I done called my doctor. I done told my doctor, look, I know it may be the easy way out for some people, but for Errica, I'm gonna have to take this easy route out, because I am consider, and I don't mind telling y'all guys, because I don't mind. I'm an open book. I'm in the process of trying to get the gastric sleeve because I need it. I can lose 30 pounds today and gain them same 30 pounds back in 3 months, eating the same stuff. So I have to get me a new tool to help this body if I want to continue to live. COVID was not my stop. COVID was my testimony and is my testimony.
All
So
right.
Kenyatta, yes, it was a blessing. It slowed me down too. I ain't gonna lie. It done slowed me down because I'm a go. I'm a go 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 person. But it done slowed me down.
Erica, I want to thank you for coming on. We can go on and on, but like I said, want you to get your rest. But you will definitely. I think I might make you a regular because you're very inspirational, and I'm quite sure it took a lot. And you and think about it. It was when I got to go ahead that that you would definitely do it. I was very very excited because I've asked some other people to come on and they were reluctant to share because you got. I mean, why keep it? Why keep things like this a secret? Let me get off my soapbox. If you have something that you can share with other people, man, let them know. You know what I'm saying? So that they can at least take preparations in terms of not experiencing what it is that they are experiencing. So it's just help one another. And I really, really thank you for that. So before I
Yeah.
close, why don't you sum up, give a little touch on a little parts of things that people may need to do if they may experience it, if they may have it, and just give them a little 5 minute gist of what you feel that you can use they can use to summarize their situation if they're encountering COVID.
Okay. Guys, let me just say this to everybody on here. Thank all y'all for listening to me. I want to thank Anthony for allowing me to talk to everybody on here. Any questions y'all have, do not hold back. Ask Anthony. Anthony ask me, and I'm gonna tell it to y'all straight. I ain't gonna hold nothing back. So let me say this real quickly. Number one, if you start to feel funny because you know your own body,
Hmm.
go get a test. Number two, if you think that you've been around somebody that may have had it, go get a test. Number three, keep them hands washed. Keep that mask on above your nose, not under your nose. Also, keep your body in check. Because I know we got black, white, purple, orange, green, aliens, whoever on this broadcast. I don't care what your color is. I don't care what your ethnicity is. Keep that body in check. See, the people ain't going to tell you on the news, oh, put your vitamins in. They ain't going to tell you that. They never tell you that. Because they can't make money. And I don't care how y'all feel on here. I don't care if a doctor. They can't make money off of us if we not sick in their facilities. Stay woke, people. If you're not sick in their facilities, they can't make no money. You keep that. You could go to the dollar store anywhere that sell vitamins. Vitamins are vitamins. Keep them vitamins in y'all. Keep them fluids in y'all. And stay moving. Do not stay still. That don't mean go out in public and do what you used to do. Stay moving. You could walk around in your house. You could walk from with your mask on. You could stay moving. Just don't lay down and take it. Stay prayed up. Put Psalms 91:3 in your head. Listen to you some good music. Eat you some good food. Do your normal thing. Have you a good time. And you could beat this. I'm telling y'all. Because let me say this one last thing, Anthony. I'm gonna get off here. I got a best friend. Let me tell y'all something. I got a best friend. My best friend called me maybe about 3 weeks ago. She said, "Oh, girl, my son-in-law have COVID, but me and my daughter, we tested negative." I said, "Okay." Last Sunday morning, she called me. She said, "Errica, I feel so bad." She said, "Lord, I don't know what's wrong with me." I said, "Well, Sarita, I'm getting ready to go to the hospital again because I found out that I have COVID, but I want to make sure." Guess what? I was in room 420. She was in room 5 something with oxygen. Her oxygen and everything was low because the test that she took was not correct. She had COVID. That next Tuesday, when I had my panic attack, she was back at the hospital because she was congested. She had double pneumonia. And I told her, because of her underlying illnesses, I've been telling her years and years ago, "Girl, this is what you need to take. I understand they said don't take this, but get you some sea moss, get these elderberries, put it in your body. It'll help you because your immune system is shot." But see, when they was like, "Oh, Errica going crazy, all this shit she telling us put up, oh, this girl crazy." But the same crazy girl got COVID, and the same crazy girl talking to y'all without any oxygen. The same crazy person that asked y'all to just listen and put these certain things in your body for protection, because we are big girls and small girls and medium girls and guys. But I was the crazy one. Every COVID story and testimony that Errica Donaldson have heard were horrible. And the first thing they say, "Man, bruh, why you ain't..." Don't ask me why. If y'all would have listened to me, then y'all would not be asking why. But thank y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all stay safe out here, because don't let nobody tell you that COVID ain't real. This shit is real. And I meant to say it like that. The shit is real. I don't know if this is...
No, it's good.
Go. Kid friendly.
It is. But I want to bring you on here to show how it feels to experience COVID-19, no BS, and that's what I got, straight, no chaser. I felt that she was gonna give it to me just like that, and instead of sugarcoating. So now that you know, there's no reason for you not to know. So with that being said, we're gonna talk more off camera, or you give me a call, because I want to try to bring you on. If not, depending on how you feel tomorrow, and let everybody know that she does taxes. If you need taxes done, if you need some bracelets, she has some very beautiful bracelets that you can order from her as well. She'll tell you about it on promotional time Sunday. So with that being said, thank you, and you stay strong, man. If there's any
you.
Look, if there's any topic that you want that you feel is beneficial toward you, sighted people or blind people, or people who have underlying conditions as yourself, and you want to share, all you gotta do is hit me up. I got you.
And y'all guys, make sure y'all stay tuned. Y'all come back, enjoy, go back and watch, do whatever you got to do. Because, baby, let me tell you something. 2021, Anthony's show going to be on and popping.
Thanks a lot. I'm gonna add an extra 0 to the money that I'm gonna send you because I know you probably be able to get that new truck you've been asking for. So
don't send. Look, let me tell you something. Don't send me any money. You put that money on my baby in that house because you know what he like.
Okay.
So you give to Zay.
I sure will. Thanks a lot, Errica.
Thank y'all guys.
All right.
I appreciate y'all.
All right,
I enjoyed. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye bye.
Bye.